have a stand over there. Oh, she's walking. Ugh. Okay, story, die. We're going to tell a story. I'm going to point to each of the people up there, and they will continue the story. And if they hesitate or stumble or become tongue-tied, we yell, die. They take themselves out of the story, and the story continues without them. And now we need a title to a story, something like a fable, like The Little Train That Could, or
Goldilocks.
But it's one that hasn't been told before.
Flugelhorn.
Okay. The magic flugelhorn. That should work. All right. So, you'll get the idea by the time we point to you. Oh, I'm sorry. What is your name?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, everybody. All right. The magic flugelhorn, chapter 1.
There was a young man named Sven who was trying to learn a new instrument. So he went down into town to find someone who could teach him how to play something.
Something like a flugelhorn or a guitar. He wasn't sure what he wanted.
On his way into town, he took a wrong left turn down a deep, dark alley.
As opposed to a right-left turn down a deep, dark alley. And as wandering down this deep, dark alley, he came upon a magical tree.
The tree spoke to him in a language he hadn't heard before.
It said,
Which roughly meant, hey there, Mr. Walkerman. I notice you're not on a Segway right now.
And you're,
Yes.
All right.
The Magical Flugelhorn, Chapter 2.
This tree decided, hey, I'm gonna throw off my crazy make-believe language and talk some English. So it said, you have a job to do, sir, and you need to turn around and go back into town.
So he turned around and walked back into town. And then Sven realized he didn't know what job he had yet.
So he wandered aimlessly for hours, not knowing what to do.
Until he came upon the music store, where he usually bought his drum and flugelhorn informational guides.
All right.
The Magical Flugelhorn, Chapter 3. Sven thought, wow, I finally found my job.
I think I'll work here in this music store.
Yet there were no job openings.
So he said, well, maybe I'll just buy a flugelhorn.
Or I'll kill someone who works here.
And then there'll be an opening.
Of which I will promptly take over the position. And continue to rule this shop.
And
Let's get closer together.
The
Magical Flugelhorn, Chapter 4. Sven was from a peace-loving people, normally, but this day he felt particularly violent. So he decided to carry out his job and murder one of the employees with the flugelhorn, of which he really didn't know what type of instrument it was. But that was okay, because it had a pointy end, and that would do the job. So he took the pointy end and chose his victim, a tiny 14-year-old girl who was sadly interning at the wrong time.
All right, and the moral of the story?
Don't intern when you could be paid.
All right.